Who's he and what's he doing in my bed?
Got nothing to do with you, you're never here anyway.
I'm never here, no, because I'm always working for you.
Don't need you to work for me.
Where? All the money that you spend.
Don't ask you to spend it on me though, do you?
Anyway, this isn't the first time it's been. My wife was having an affair with another man. It was the second time, so I decided I'd had enough after 23 years. So I just walked out. Yes, I'm going. I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm going now. It was like Christmas Eve when it happened. I was living over at Scarborough and just walked out and hitchhiked over to Keighley where I used to live here before, so I could meet up with some of my friends, and that's how I could become to come over here. I couldn't find any of my friends, well they were all working at the time, so I come round here looking somewhere to sleep. I didn't know what to do or where to go, you know, it's the first time I've ever been homeless. And, you know, I was just sort of lost, I was just wandering about lost. Just wanted to get out of the cold. This is the only place I could really find. Just to get out of the cold and out of the wet during the day. I just saw this hole and I thought, well, animals go down hole, so I do. I stopped here 3 nights. And I spent Christmas Day in here. I just thought I wanted to curl up and die sort of thing, you know. Because like I couldn't get nowhere with council or anything, so I just felt like all the doors were shutting in my face. It was very hard. I slept here 3 nights and on the 3rd night I got mugged. They pulled me out of the hole and kicked me and you know, just kicking me, and they took £3 off me. And I just turned, when they just started running off, and as they were running off I just shouted to them, well you might as well come and finish me off now, you know, because I had no left at all. I contacted the council on a Friday and it was like 3:45. And they said, oh, well, seeing as you're a male, you can just look after yourself, you know, you become bottom of the list. We give priority to women and children. And anyway, we're closing, so come back on Monday. One night I was at work and next morning I was homeless, so I'm very bitter against the authorities and that, you know, for no information about it. This is the Utley graveyard. It's about a mile away from Keighley town centre, and this is where I slept for the rest of the nights when I was homeless. Well, since I was mugged in the other place, I find that the graveyard are a safer place to be, like, because you don't find a lot of people there coming of a night time. Slept under the bush that's behind me. Bottom of my trousers legs used to freeze, and you know, like we were getting damp during the day and the frost at night, they used to just freeze up and it were very hard. All night seemed to join into one. You know, it was just like the clock stands still and you don't actually remember, you know, how many nights you were in. It was between 7 and 10 nights. I just try and get my head down, and then about 5 in the morning I used to set off and walk around Keighley looking for bits of food and that, you know, before all people started coming round. I was just scratching around for bits of food, what people had left, like, you know. On Monday I went up onto the canal where a woman was feeding some ducks, and when she'd gone off frightened ducks away and took bread off them. So that kept me going a bit. After 10 days sleeping rough, I eventually went to one of the big issue sellers, and he put me in touch with Key House in Keighley, and they actually rung Sirenians up at Bradford and got me in like at 2 o'clock that same day. From when I first went into the hostel, I was very wary because I'd never been in one before. And like when you're sharing with 12 males, it's a bit difficult to get on with them all. And I was 3 months at the hostel before I come here. And here, like, it's a lot better because you do everything for yourself, you know. It's like learning to get back into society again. You know, you do all your own cooking and washing and stuff like that. I share with a lad called Eddie, you know, and we're very good friends, like. And so he was at the hostel at the time, so we both moved into it. And since the hostel, like, we got on very well, so we're doing all right. Been in touch with my daughter and son about 2 months ago. They're all right now, they know that I'm settled down. I wouldn't invite them to the hostel, owing to it being like 12 meals there. But here, I could invite them, you know, and they could stop overnight whenever they wanted. I feel like part of society again. Instead of sort of being on the streets and going to the hostel, you know, you feel sort of discriminated against. Which by getting his own place here, like, you know, you do feel a lot better.